Welcome back to the stage of history.
Soul Calibur 6.
I might title this The Lost Arts of Soul Calibur 6 or Soul Calibur. We're gonna compare Tekken 8 with what SC6 did is kind of similar. Maybe you noticed installed indicator on my character. Yes. I just want to demonstrate how you can compare the two games. I could have some mistakes here. To the best of my knowledge, everything here is kind of new or completely brand new. There's other stuff, but we'll get to that later. Lethal hits are actually very cool. Big shout outs to Hayate. This video was made in January. The game came out late 2018 of that same year.
Now let's talk about the last and the biggest new mechanic.
This quote-unquote cutscene interaction. You have three options to attack as the defender and the attacker of what beats what. And there's 5 defensive options. On the surface, it looks like a very cheap move that can be spammable, but look at this, dude. Horizontals are like the homing, I guess, in Tekken terms, generally weaker. Vertical attacks are the linear, stronger attacks. You have kicks, and well, it's a guessing game. Wow, guard impact beats all mash. What does it lose to? It loses to sidestep, it loses to ducking, because obviously you don't press a button. If you backstep, it's even. I guess the safest option from the looks of this grid is just pressing guard. This is day 1, guys. Mind you, the game has not come out yet. They planned out this entire system. That is actually insane. My point is why I thought this was a very interesting idea is because I want to look at different implementations of cinematic forced situation or like forced mix-up situations, because this is obviously not a 50-50. This is a little bit more thought out. So ask yourself this: why would fighting game devs put these mechanics in their games? What are the common traits of modern fighting games? Well, they try to make them spectacle and esports friendly. Number 1, a lot of emphasis on ease of play, simplification. And number 3, which is what is kind of ruining a lot of game design these days, is custom baked cinematic dopamine rewards. Systems introduced into existing IPs solely made for the purpose of providing that dopamine reward. Yes, it all plays into itself, the spectacle, the enjoyment, all that stuff. From a competitive point of view, this can sometimes interfere with the core gameplay, but Soul Calibur 6 still retained its movement. From what I've seen, it still has its 8-way run system intact. So even controversial mechanics like the reversal edge can be easily dealt with. No one likes guessing. I don't think anyone likes guessing at any levels of play, but some people do enjoy it, the casino. That's what Tekken 8 kind of took from Soul Calibur, outside of the cracked mode, obviously, that gives you, enhanced moves, bonus damage in the case of Soul Calibur, bonus chip damage in both games, and so on. Remember, in Tekken 8, you can have one sliver of heat and use your heat smash 9 times out of 10. If blocked, put you in the opponent's face in stance, and the opponent has to somewhat make an educated guess. Let's get to lethal hits now. Lethal hits in Soul Calibur 6. The coolest mechanic I have seen in a very long time. And I know it exists in some form. In some 2D, maybe anime fighters, you have to fulfill some kind of condition to get your bonus or to get more damage or something of the sort. Certain attacks will cause the lethal hit. Your opponent's movements will slow down, allowing you to perform even deadlier combos. Some moves will be turned into launchers. Some launchers will turn into even bigger launchers. As a bonus, you get some gauge. They mentioned that lethal hits are an advanced gameplay system designed for experienced players, and it requires careful planning. Kind of looks like the heat engager in Tekken 8, but the heat engager has no sauce. You just do your button and hope for the best. If it lands, you get your plus frames and you're in heat with a full bar. However, in Soul Calibur, you have the universal lethal hits, like for example on break attacks, stuff like sidestepping and hitting an opponent that whiffed, or stuff inside reversal edge universally. But they did try here and there to put these and kind of relate them to what you're trying to do as the character. Now contrast this to just landing a button, and most heat engagers are safe, mind you, in Tekken 8. So I'm not trying to bash Tekken 8, but it took so many ideas from Soul Calibur 6, and it's kind of sad that it didn't take this. Imagine if Kazuya had to land a set amount of hell sweeps per match, get a even deadlier devil extension, or Devil Jin having something like this, you know, play out into his character. The simple stuff that can influence mind games. I think these are more interesting ideas. I am not here to argue whether Tekken 8 is better than Soul Calibur or vice versa. I think they are better ways of implementing these super powered states so that you can have your casual audience, so that you can have your spectators or whatever, and not disrupt the people who are passionate about a said franchise. I might as well just end the video over there because I am not some game dev. I am just a guy, so I can't really, you know, speak about that too much. Either way, this was a very interesting video for me to make because I learned a lot of things myself while making it. I could play Soul Calibur 6, but it's kind of non-existent in my local scene, and I don't know that many people who play Soul Calibur 6. However, I might try the older ones and see what's in store for me in the back catalog. Anyway, I thought this was an interesting video to make. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. This is your boy Beans signing out. Take care and have a good day.